says Carl.
What in the world is that? I mean, they've never seen anything like it. Hey, it's Jason with Denwerks. Got something pretty cool today. It's a 1971 Ford F250 camper special. Pretty neat old truck. It was bought brand new here in Oregon. And I got it from the second owner, which had actually been in the family the whole time. The second owner, his dad owned it. He bought it in 1986 from his dad, but they kind of shared it up until his dad passed in the early 2000s. So it's just a neat old truck. They actually did use it for camping. It had a big camper on it actually when I bought it, and I took the camper off. It was a 1972 Vacationer camper. So pretty cool truck. It actually has factory air in it, which actually does work. So we'll walk around it here. I'll just go ahead and show you the lights. You can see the marker lights, headlights, bright lights, and you got blinkers. We got our left and we got our right. So everything's working there, and just a neat old truck. We'll walk around it. We'll take a little drive in it. If you want to check out our website, it's denwerks.com, DENWERKS, so denwerks.com. You can check us out on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube channel, which you're watching right now. So if you want us to help you sell something on that, we would be glad to help, as long as you are not afraid of us showing the problems with your rig. You know, we got to think alike in general, because people like to know what they're buying on the other end. So anyways, we'd love to help you out with that. So we'll just walk around it here real fast. You know, the paint is not very nice out here in the sun. You know, it's a little tricky. There's a lot of little scratches that have been touched up, a lot of little dings, little creases. The bodywork is not nice at all, and you know, out here in the sun it looks great, but you get it under light and the paint is real amateur. So I just want you to know that. But mechanically, this truck's got a 68 390 in it, so it's been upgraded. It runs like a top. I've probably put about 100 miles on it now, and I mean, this is a fly in, drive it home type of rig. Super nice. So mechanically, so we'll go ahead and look at the grill. You can see it's got little dents and everything like that on it. A lot of scratches and chips on it, and you know, you can see here on the grill, it's been scratched here. This insert on each side is 1970. You know, this is a 71, so 71 would have kind of 3 bars in here, and you can get those still, but this is what was on it when I got it. You know, sometimes they get real fragile, so I think that he had changed it out. Original plates from 1971, blue plates. If you look down the side, you know, it looks fairly straight, but it is wobbly, believe me. There's a lot of problems with the paint in general. You can see it's got 16-inch original wheels and hubcaps. The tires are LTs, and I'm looking for the date right now. I won't spend a lot of time looking here, but they are older tires. I'm looking real fast there. I think they're this number 029. I think they're from 1999. I'm not 100%, but they are older, but they actually work pretty good. I haven't seen any cracks or anything on them. We're just going to look across the bottom of the trim. Again, the trim all has little scratches, little dings and stuff on it in general. I'm not trying to beat my own rig up, it's just trying to show you what it is. You can see here where they painted over some of the scratches in general. You can see a little paint run right here. On the hood, hopefully you can see that. There was some little pitting on the hood before they had it painted a long time ago, and so you can see a little pitting underneath, you know. So we'll look at the windshield. No cracks or anything like that, or major chips. Little cracking in the rubber. 2 little dents right there. I'm not going to point out every little thing. It's hard to, but if you see me pointing at something, I'm telling you there's a chip or a scratch. Nice thing in here is the gutter's not all rusted out. Actually really clean. Underneath is very nice on this truck. You can see this is pulled out just a little bit. Cab is really nice, not rusty. Had a tank here at one point, and then they decided to put 2 tanks in the back. We do have that tank that was over there, but it has some rust holes in it. But this one is still here. It's not functionable. Right now we're not using it. We're just running it off this one here. That is a factory car light window slider. Right there is, I just got this Gremlin X. I used to own that 8 years ago, and I just bought it back today. So go ahead and rev it up a little bit. Do it one more time. So look how torquey that thing is. I love the way that truck bounces around. Doesn't blow smoke. You can see the exhaust comes out the side here. Again, the tire on this side looks really good. You know, you can see here, my hunch was right. This DOT number 4200. This tire is from 2000. When you went to 4 digits, 2000, they started with 4 digits. So this is a 2000. That front one is a 99, but it is the same brand, I believe, actually. Well, that's a Steel Tex, same size though, 215, 85, 16, and this is a different brand, 9.5 by 16, but they are the same size. They just use a different number system. So we'll look at the other side on the tire. Go ahead and show you the lights on the back here. You got brake lights, blinkers, brakes, then reverse work as well. There we go. Again, you're going to see a lot of dings and little things around the taillights. You know, little drilled holes in the bumper. Something fell on the bumper here and dented it. This is a slider that comes out, you know, for when you have a camper on it. Again, you can see little chips and dings and, you know, pitting and stuff on a lot of different chrome and stuff. A couple little dings here. 81 sticker from Oregon. Let's take a look at this side. This is a Sport Custom, by the way. It's got the toolbox on the side. Again, you'll see little dings and everything on the bed. The bed is actually pretty nice. It's not rusty or anything like that. And since it's had a camper on it its whole life, no, you know, a couple little dings here, but overall it's actually saved the bed in this thing. Really nice. So the back tires match and the front ones match as well. You can see the cab. Again, it's not rusty down here in the bottom. Sorry it's taking me so long. I'm just trying to show you what the truck is in general. You can see pitting here. Across the door is good, but again, the trim all has little scrapes and dings. You can see here it came loose, so they put a screw right there. Little sags in the paint there. Hopefully that gives you a good idea of what it is in general. You know, you can see, let me just look down the side here. You can see a lot of little waves and little dents right here in this door. Hopefully you can see that. You can hear a belt underneath the hood. Go ahead and rev it a little bit. Just sitting there idle, and there was a little belt making a little noise. So, you know, you can see just different dings and stuff on the bumper. But hopefully that gives you a good look in general. It's not a perfect truck by any means, but mechanically it looks good. It's two-tone. Mechanically, great truck, and it's not rusty. So this would be a great start, or just drive it the way it is. Nice old truck. Hey, we're going to take a look at the interior. I just wanted to show you real fast that the door locks work. Pretty nice inside. You know, we did have the seat redone in it, kind of a creamy white to match the door panels. You know, I just thought it looked great. I didn't want to put a black seat in it. This was the color of the original seat. The center section is not the correct pattern. Hard to get that pattern, but I think this looks nice. And my guy, I trusted him, and he did a nice job on it overall. I love the two-tone in here. It's just really nice. You can see the dash pad looks great, except right there on the speaker holes, which is pretty common. You know, the radio hasn't been butchered. You know, so it's got factory radio in it, factory AC under the unit, or I mean underneath the dash unit. Actually, when I was a kid, my grandpa had a 71 pickup, and I used to love that. You know, I'd sit in there, I was 6 years old, and we'd drive around, and I'd flip around with the knobs and stuff. He'd always tell me to stop it. It's going to waste gas mileage, but I just like that underneath the dash. I like that about Mustangs too. I was kind of sad when they integrated that up underneath. I just think it adds a little bit. The other thing we're going to look at real fast, you can see the door tag is original, and it does match the title. You can look up underneath the door. Again, very, very clean, and you'll see pictures of that as well. It's also another tag right here that you'll see a picture. But look, you know, look inside here. This is not rusty. All the original spot welds you can see, and looks actually really clean. You'll see here where they kind of, you know, painted, and you know, it's not perfect or anything, but you know, structurally just a great truck, really great truck. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the other side real fast. So here we are on the passenger side. Again, the door locks work. Look how nice this shuts. Really nice. I won't spend as much time on this side. You know, again, it's pretty much the same on this side. You can see the dome light works, headliner works, or not works. Headliner's good. It's got a little bit of waviness to it, but overall looks in nice shape. Original floor mat has, you know, different cuts and stuff in it from being original. It is actually pretty fragile, you know, but it's there. I was going to go ahead and show you the seat back behind, you know, the gas tank and everything. This is all original paint in here, by the way. Go ahead and look at the door jambs. Everything looks good. You know, again, it's not rusty. You can see all the original spot welds and everything. Same with the doors. You know, you can see they little overspray and stuff. But if you look at the one thing it could use down the road, the window felts are getting old. This section here isn't too bad, but right here it is. And one of the reasons these felts going up and around are probably good is because the camper hung over it, and no water got to these. So these are actually pretty nice. But these window felts here, that would probably change. We'll go ahead and roll the windows up. You can see the window rolls up and down really good. Keegan will do that side for me. You know, Keegan helps us with a lot of our photos and videos. You can actually see him on Bring a Trailer as Salty Millennial. He's sold a couple cars there and does a good job, so watch out for his auctions on there. So anyways, we'll show you some more stuff. We're going to go ahead and pop the hood real fast, show you underneath. There's a little latch right there, and you just lift up. It is a heavy hood. You know, underneath is actually pretty clean overall. You know, this is a 390 engine, and now it's a 68 engine, which is was actually a great upgrade for this, because it had a 360 and it originally, you know, you can see the numbers on the intake manifold C8AE, and it is running a 4-barrel carburetor. You can see underneath there. You know, the engine just runs really, really good. You know, you heard it running before. The AC does work, which I was pretty impressed by that. You can see it's got power brakes. You know, it's got its original jack, dual batteries. You know, the other thing we want to look at in here too is, you know, you can see it's not been hit. It's not rusty up there in the cowl. You know, you can look up front here. It's actually in pretty nice shape overall. This is the original color that they painted on the outside. You know, it's pretty close. You can see the coloration a little bit different here, but it's actually fairly close in general. Another thing we'll look at here real fast, and this is where videos are helpful. You can see underneath the hood here all the original spot welds, and it's not rusty up here along the edges. It actually sounds, or looks really good structurally. So we'll go ahead and fire it up. It's actually got power steering and everything too. So go ahead and start it up. You can hear a little bit of an exhaust leak on the exhaust manifolds. Nothing major. I probably wouldn't even mess with it, but go ahead and rev it up. You know, just a tiny bit, but sounds great. You can see here the fan shroud has been cracked before as well, but everything looks good underneath here. So I'm going to rev it up a little bit more. Yeah, look at the torque on that thing. It's pretty amazing. So hopefully that gives you a good look underneath. Actually, did you click the AC? Yeah, you just heard that. The AC just clicked on. Shut it off. You can see the clutch. Do it again. Pretty nice to have AC in an old truck like this. So we'll go ahead and show you some more stuff. Hey, thanks for cruising around with us in the F250. You can tell that speaker has a lot of bass. I don't think you can mess with the treble on it. Kind of tried, but overall, just a great driving truck, and you'll be pretty amazed when you get it. You know, it's still old, but man, it drives nice. A couple things I didn't point out in my earlier parts, but you can see the cracks in the steering wheel in general. The horn is only working on one horn. It has two up front on it, but it's only working on one. You can see it is an automatic, which is actually definitely a benefit in a truck. You can see the oil pressure is good. You can see the blinkers are working in the dash there, and the lights. Hopefully you can see that little red right there underneath the 50. It's almost out of gas, but I am a car dealer, and we don't want to put too much gas in there. Temperature's reading good and everything like that. So overall, everything is pretty good. This is kind of interesting too. I've never seen this. Actually, I'm going to get that camera back. Is that little light? I don't know if that... I've owned a lot of Fords. But you can see that little instrument light there for the shifter. You can see that kind of turn on. So I thought that was kind of a neat little ad. The other thing, cigarette lighter, emergency lights are working, and we'll show you the wipers real fast. This is the big thing here for me. The AC is working, and it is cold. I don't know if you've seen the engine yet, just because we're doing the video all in different stages, but you'll hear the pump click on. But this is actually really cool. Yeah, feels good. I don't think I've ever had an old truck with a working AC in it. So anyways, we'll cruise around. I'm going to put the brakes on here in a minute, so you can see it doesn't pull or anything like that. And as we're driving here, I'm noticing when I'm looking out the windshield, You can see right there on top of the hood, there's a couple little dents. There's a lot of little dents on the truck. And if I look over here on this side, over there on the edge of the hood, you can see a couple little dents on there. You know, they're slight ones, but you know, they're there. So we're cruising right now. It does have power steering. I'll go ahead and put the brakes on. No shimmy. Look at the steering wheel. It's not shaking. Truck's not pulling. It's a really nice driving truck. This is a truck I wouldn't mind driving it 900 miles. I mean, it's not saying nothing would ever happen, and I can't warranty on it or anything like that. But mechanically, this is a good old girl. So, anyways, we'll just cruise around and show you some more stuff. Hey, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the F250 underneath. Pretty nice truck underneath. In general, you're going to see all the still photos and everything like that, but I like to do videos. I can kind of poke at different things and talk about different things that, you know, maybe we did in general. So, you know, you really can't tell from a photo. So we'll just start from the front to the back here in general. You know, you'll see a lot of seepage. That, you know, the truck's never been restored or anything like that, but overall it's been cared for. You'll see little seepage and different things like that in general. But you can see here it's got these huge disc brakes on it. It's got plenty of pad. You'll see the wheels off of it. I took some pictures of that for you guys. But I'm looking at the brake hoses. They actually look pretty good. You can see a trans cooler right there. You know, it's obviously dirty underneath here, but you know, things been driven in general. A couple things that I'm going to do to it is, you can see the oil pan is a little seepy around the edge, but if you look up higher, you can see some oil coming down on both sides of the valve cover. So I'm going to put new gaskets on the valve cover, and I think a lot of this oil here is from that. And right here there was some red transmission fluid, and we're going to put a pan gasket on this, and I'll repaint this blue, but we're going to put a new pan gasket and new valve cover gaskets, and I think that will help a lot. You still might get maybe a drip or something like that every once in a while on the floor, but this is going to alleviate a lot of that. And also when you do the gasket, you need new fluid and everything, like in general. So I just want to let you know that we're going to do that. Exhaust looks pretty good. You've got dual exhaust, you know, all the way back, true dual exhaust. If you look at the rockers here, they actually look really good. You know, I haven't seen any major rust or anything like that. A couple little holes right there that look like they'd been sealed. I probably wouldn't mess with that, you know, because the floor is still really solid. You can see the frame pieces coming over, body mount areas that come over top of the frame. Those look really, really good. Up here underneath the rockers look nice. Look at the back of the cab. One thing that saved this truck is these drains were not clogged. So this isn't rusty. You can see this is bent out a little bit. At the bottom of the cab, you can see the original spot welds. We'll take a look at this side, the floor. Same thing, a couple little pinholes there. I believe the guy probably pulled the floor, you know, the mat back and just plugged those a little bit with some sealant. You can see here the body mount looks good on both sides. you know, this truck just drives really nice, you know, so I wouldn't want to mess around with a lot of it in general, just because it's very, very, very dependable. You can see here the drains aren't plugged either. You can see the exhaust I'd mentioned before come out the side. Rear end sounds tight. You know, things shifts nice. Right here you can see this valve for this gas tank. The other gas tank is out of it. This little section here is for the toolbox. Here's your slide for your camper special, and it slides out. Well, probably about here. It's got a hitch on the back. I'm going to go ahead and lower it down here so you can kind of see the paint in general with lights on it. It's really hard to take a photo, but you can see it's the white here. You know, out in the sun it looks a lot better, but you can see it's real kind of chalky and kind of dry. Hopefully you can see that a lot better. A lot of imperfections in the paint. You can see some kind of denting right here, but hopefully you can see the paint. You never see this outside in regular daylight. It's just when in a dark room with lights and stuff. You can see a lot of little pitting and stuff on the hood. Little dent right there. You know, I'm not trying to be too overkill for you. Just want to know want you to know what you're buying just from pictures and video and description. Here you can see a couple little dents. Various little runs that I pointed out earlier, but you can just kind of tell the paint's just kind of dry. You can see the dents right there and the waves on the door. Hopefully that gives you kind of a better feeling of what it is. It's like a chameleon, you know, when you see it outside. So if it's a truck you're knocking in the garage, I mean, you would never know. So the other thing too on these trucks, right here in this seam, usually you'll see a lot of rust bubbles. This actually looks really, really good overall. Look at the tailgate real fast. You know, a lot of little fish eyes and different stuff in the paint. So anyways, hopefully that gives you a good look. If you got questions on the auction, just make comments, call me. Be glad to tell you more about it. Thanks for taking a look.